Philippine Statistics Authority said a March spike was driven mainly by transport costs, which surged to 9.9% amid an oil crisis and the Gulf War. Food and non-alcoholic beverages also contributed to the increase. Then there's the local currency. The PSA says the purchasing power of the peso dropped to 75 centavos in March. This means 1 peso today can only buy goods and services worth 75 centavos. And your 1,000 pesos is actually just worth 750 pesos.
Yung purchasing power of peso natin kasi inversely related yan sa inflation rate, ano? So syempre pag tumataas yung inflation, bumababa yung ating purchasing power. Yung average natin na estimated purchasing power of peso nitong March ay nasa 0.75. Ang ating base dito ay 2018, no? So yun na yung overall effect ng inflation rate mula simula ng 2018 hanggang ngayon March.
For economist Jonathan Ravelas, restoring the peso's value will be slow unless food prices stabilize and wages catch up. Ravelas adds that businesses and governments should focus on food inflation and cost control because this is where the peso is bleeding the most. But as the crisis continues, bringing down food costs likewise poses a huge challenge with oil price increases showing no signs of letting up. On Tuesday, April 7, diesel prices, the fuel of the transport sector, is hovering at 170 pesos per liter. PUV groups continue to push for government action in suspending fuel taxes to help ease prices.
5 linggo na po ito na patuloy na pagtaas ng presyo ng langis. Pero ang ginagawa lang sa amin, bibigyan lang kami ng kakarampot na ayuda sa halagang 5,000.
Economists are even predicting fuel prices to breach the 200 peso a liter mark. Even the Energy Department has this grave foresight. Fuel prices may take longer to go back to levels pre-war between Iran and the joint forces of U.S. and Israel. Or worse, the 60 peso per liter fuel may already be a thing of the past. It's the rockets and feathers phenomenon.
Kung gaano kabilis ang pag-akyat ng presyo, hindi ganun po kabilis yung pagbaba ng presyo. In fact, it will be way, way slower because ang damage po ng gera na to ay sobrang, it goes beyond the war na ngayon. Iba na yung epekto niya.
Kapatid Amy Atienza, we are One News.
The country has enough oil supply to last until May this year. That's roughly 50 days. Energy Secretary Sharon Garin again gave the assurance fuel reserves are in a good stage amid the ongoing global oil crisis. Currently, the breakdown of the supply duration are 57 days for gasoline, 47 days for diesel, 106 days for kerosene, 66 days for jet fuel, and 33 days for LPG. While LPG supply is the lowest, Garin said they are working with companies to ensure enough buffer stock. Garin explained the 50-day supply gives the country sufficient time to replenish oil stocks, which usually take 7 to 10 days to be delivered. She added the DOE is closely monitoring all oil companies, requiring weekly reports and coordinating with foreign embassies if any issues arise. When asked about the call of the transport sector to do away with fuel taxes for the meantime, Garin explained this will take time.
The difference kasi on excise tax kasi is it is being charged upon entry into the country, meaning upon importation. So pag na-import mo na, nakabayad ka na. So everything that we are selling now, that it's within country, which is 50 days of supply, excise tax have been paid already for that. So when are the next importations? I think maybe middle of the month or latter of this month. So this is something that they are studying kasi kahit i-announce mo mag-excise tax suspension ka na today, that won't be felt yet kasi nabayaran na. Kasi di ba nag-stock up tayo, we're making sure that we have enough supply.